Hey guys, how's it going? My name's Dave, DLC Dave, and welcome to the 8th episode, the 8th chapter of my Rise of the Phoenix Let's Play with Phoenix Sports Football Club on Football Manager 2017. Now then, last time you saw us, I think we beat Lowestoft 3-0 in the Isthmian Premier League. Yes, we had. Yes, we beat Lowestoft. And I think I said that we'd come back for the Woolton Casuals game, as they were a club that were pretty close to us in the league. Now, as it's turned out, and I will show you that right now, the Woolton Casuals game kept being delayed and delayed and delayed, which meant that that game now is apparently going to take place just after Christmas. I didn't want to have that much of a delay between the games. So what I've done is I've played up until a point in which I can see an interesting couple of games, which we can then live com over. So we have two games today. We have the FA Trophy third qualifying round against Leamington. Leamington are uh, in the league above us, the Vanarama National League North. So they should be a reasonable test for us. And then the FA Cup second round against Swindon. Now they are in League One, obviously an incredible test for us. In between that, we do have the away league game to AFC Sudbury. Now we will play that, but not in the episode. I will bring you that result just before we play the Swindon game. Now, as you can see from the fixture list, the unimaginable has happened. We have lost a league game in this series. Malden and Tiptree beat us 1-0 away from home, an 87th minute winner from Matty Waters. It was probably undeserved for them and on the whole, but I feel like it was the type of thing that has been coming. We've not been as dominant as we were last year, just due to the quality of the division. We have been a real dominant force for some of the games, but you can see some of them are a lot closer than they were before. This 4-3 game against Burgess Hill, they took the lead twice, and it took a relatively late goal by Dan Ryder to equalise, and then a very late goal by Nathan Smith to secure the win against Kings. Like I almost made this game an episode just because when I first saw the name of the team, I thought it was King's Landing. That was it. I just thought it was King's Landing, but it was King's Langley, and it was pretty comfortable. But as you can see, there was a lot of the games are very comfortable, but some of them are fairly tight. There were 3-1s, there are 1-0, even a 0-0, and then obviously the 1-0 against, which will haunt me forever. Now, Malden and Tiptree, actually, I believe they came up with us last year. Yeah, yes, they did. So they actually were promoted with us, and they are in contention to go up again this season. So they are a big rival for us this year, and I will most likely bring you that game. Not maybe not next episode, but maybe probably the episode after, where we can see if we can exact revenge on those players on that team. Now then, we have today the FA Trophy third qualifying round and the FA Cup second round. So first off, we have Leamington. I'll run you through the team. We are at the game day. So we get to the team selection, and we have Olawale in goal, Sean Long, Lane Love, Johnson, and Espinoza in defence, Cole and Peacock in the middle, Herbert, Phillips, and Smith in behind, Alan Skinner. Now, Dan Ryder is currently injured, unfortunately. He's out for 2 to 3 weeks with a twisted ankle, as you can see on the screen. It is a shame, but Alan Skinner has shown himself, as you can see, for the goals he scored, to be an able deputy, and I am confident in him that he will produce the goods here. So we'll get into the game here. We are playing Leamington away from home. This is the start of, I think it's something like 6 or 7 away games in a row, which is a big ask of the club. But I am confident because we have shown ourselves to be a very, 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 very good team. So we'll do the team talk, and we'll head into the game. Now, as this is going on, I'd just like to say a big thank you to everyone who's supported the series so far. Everyone who's watched episodes, liked them, subscribed to the channel, followed me on Twitter. It's a great thing to see, and I am very pleased to see the series being supported so strongly. There is more to come, and I can't wait to show you what I have planned. That being said, now we'll get straight into the episode. And Paul Herbert, as I'm talking about how good all of you are, Paul Herbert shows how good the players are with a goal inside of, I think it's 30 seconds. I thought this was going to be a pointless highlight, but Regan Cole plays into Phillips, who then passes it into Herbert, and you can see he strikes it first time left-footed into the back of the net. And Paul Herbert has given us the lead here in this FA Trophy third round qualifier. And we now are only 3 minutes in, and Herbert is breaking through again. What can he pick out? He picks out Peacock. He doesn't find anybody. He finds a problem more than anything. But Johnson now, he finds Phillips. He slides in Herbert again, and this time he finds the keeper. I'm not even going to attempt to say that name, but he clears it upfield. Who is it's headed clear. Now then. Gregory crosses it in, and it hits the post and goes wide. I think that will be the chance. Yes, it is. It was a fairly skewed cross. It hit the woodwork, and that counted as a chance for Leamington. But I am fairly happy if that's the chances that they get. Espinosa now has the ball. He crosses it in, and there is Smith. He finds the corner first time. His 10th goal of the season. Gary Espinosa with a great little bit of good play. He cuts it back, and Smith on his left foot first time, ruthlessly really finishes it into the bottom corner, and it's 2-0 now to Phoenix Sports. We do have another highlight here before the 20-minute mark. Espinosa finds Smith again, and Smith this time can't find the back of the net. Can't even find the target, unfortunately. That was a poor finish. He was set up very well there by Espinosa, and just probably couldn't wrap his foot round it to find that back of the net, because he probably should have done. It was a much easier finish than probably the goal he scored. Now, but we do make it 3-0. There was a corner played in, and Matthew Johnson finishes it off with a good header from the inside the 6-yard box. Nathan Smith crosses it in, and Johnson, you can see there, rises like a salmon. And the goalkeeper, that I will still not try and say the name of, cannot get a strong enough hand to it. So we're 3-0 heading into the half-time break. And there we go. It's half-time and we're 3-0 up. A very good first half from the lads. I am very pleased, obviously. I tell them I have faith in them, as is the standard FM team talk, if I'm being honest. We're going to give Luke Peacock a little break because he has played a lot of games. We're going to bring on Matt Good to play that just because I wanted to give Peacock a breather more than anything. I do see the game as being largely done now. I don't really feel like we should be under any issues now because we are 3-0 up, and I feel like we're of sufficient quality to actually not pose ourselves any issues because of the fact that we are so far ahead of them. If it was 1-0 or maybe even 2-0, I would be a lot more reserved and perhaps try and leave our better players out there as best we can. But for now, as it's 3-0 up and they haven't troubled us particularly, I am gonna try and keep our best players out there. So I'm gonna bring on Christensen for Regan Cole. I think I may also make one more substitution. Yes, I'm going to bring on Ben Beachley for Paul Phillips. He is an important player for us, and I wouldn't be happy if he was to pick up an injury or anything like that. Plus, Ben Beachley is got good potential and does deserve the game time. I think it's an important part of this save to try and give as many players as much game time as I can. It's not easy due to the fact that we only have 5 subs. So in games that we are comfortably ahead, it would be great to bring on some of the real fringe players. But we just don't quite have sometimes the opportunity to do that because of the lack of options we have from the bench. So in this game, we were able to bring on someone like Ben Bitchley, who I think could have a future at the club, but he does need to develop. It does look like the second half is going to be a pretty dull second half with not many highlights and certainly no goals. I mean, you can tell I've talked through most of it just because nothing has really gone on, and we're into the last 45 seconds here. I don't think anything's going to happen, but we'll keep an eye on it. Here's Clinton McNamara, who plays upfield to Curran. It looks like it may be a Leamington highlight, if it is going to be one at all. Right to Jones, sorry, and he puts it wide, and that will be it. So a 3-0 win here, a very pleasing result, and we then go into the FA Trophy first round draw proper. I'm not going to bring you that actually because I feel like it wouldn't be a huge amount of interest. But what I will do now is I will cut now to the FA Cup second round game against Swindon. I will see you guys there. Hey guys, welcome back. We are now at the game against Swindon. Obviously, we just played that one game now against AF Sudbury in between the last game against Leamington, and we win. It was a very comfortable 4-0 away win. Luke Peacock, Paul Herbert, Nathan Smith and Ben Beach getting on the scoreline. Very nice result. And we're now at the game against Swindon. So I'm just going to make a couple of changes and I'll run you through the team in a couple of seconds. Bear with me. Okay, so we have Olawale in goal, Sean Long and Espinoza as the fullbacks, Matthew Johnson and Lane Love as centre-backs, Luke Peacock and Regan Cole in midfield, Herbert, Phillips and Smith in behind Alan Skinner, who is the main striker. Now, in terms of Swindon, obviously there'll be some players who I recognise. I'm just going to run through players who I myself I recognise, and I recognise. I think that's is it Jordan Obika, Jonathan Obika. As you can see, he's a very good striker. Is that Josh Harrop? Yes, it is Josh Harrop. Yes, the ex-Manchester United wide midfielder. He looks like a very good player. Other than that, I'm a little bit. Yes, I don't know. I don't know any others actually. Is that Whitbread maybe? Yes, so he's the veteran centre back. And other than that, I'm not too sure. So obviously they are a level above us. I am not going to change from our home system, our attacking system, because I feel like that is our best way of potentially getting a result and a giant killing. So we're going to go into this game now. So it's Swindon FC against Phoenix Sports Football Club. Martin Tyler is here, and to quote him, and it's live. Right, we'll get into the game. I am fully aware Martin Tyler is in the building, just so you know. So he will probably have a good deal to say about this football match. So we're going to kick off. We're kicking off now. We're 6 minutes into the game. We've had a lot of possession, not done a great deal with it, as we tend to do against some of these better teams. We are into the 20 minutes, and not a lot is going on. Not a lot. We are, we're feeling our way into it. Lots of possession. They have a free kick here, and they hit the bar. I think it was Gillespie with the header from a Josh Harrop free kick, but it doesn't find the net, and we managed to get it clear. To be honest, again, we are facing a team probably 4 or 5 leagues above us right now. Anything other than a resounding defeat has to be viewed as a very good scoreline. If we can get the result, then it will be a fantastic moment for the club. I don't see it as being something we should be getting. It's not part of our expectations, even though it actually is from the board. Oh my God! Paul Herbert hits the underside of the bar while I'm rambling on about expectations. Paul Herbert is just going about his business. He hits the underside of the bar with a thunderous strike. I'm not sure who passed it to him, but it was a cracking effort. and we're heading into half time. Probably an equal match for Swindon Town, which is a great, great thing to see. I'm going to give a team talk in that passion is much more to come for you. I believe you got what it takes. We now start the second half. They come forward. We are going. We are now hopefully. I would actually make us favourites. I would say that we have performed well enough to be favourites here. And as I say that, Nathan Smith puts into the back of the net. It was probably a second phase corner, given that the first delivery from Paul Hibbert was half cleared. Sean Long gets on the end of it and finds Nathan Smith in space, and Vigouroux gets a hand to it, but it cannot push it wide of his goal. He can only help it into the net. We now have another corner, and Skinner takes a shot. It's cleared. I'm not sure. I think that was going to be the chance. Yes, it was. And we are leading 1-0 away at Swindon Town. And looking at the stats, we absolutely deserve it. If you look at the stats, we had 17 shots, 6 on target, quite a few long shots, but a lot of possession. And we've had that one clear-cut chance that they haven't had. Herbert now has the ball, plays it to Sean Long, back to Herbert. He is tackled, and Ian Aldo, I think that might have been, but was for and oh my God, Luke Peacock absolutely smashed into the back of the net, and this surely takes us through to the third round of the FA Cup. Paul Phillips slides Peacock through, and first time on his left foot, he absolutely bangs it, absolutely thunders it into the back of the net. A fantastic finish by Luke Peacock, and I'm comfortable enough to be able to make changes. I don't think this is going to be the case, but we are going to make some subs. We're going to bring on Chris Sinton for Peacock and Matt Good for Regan Cole. Will I make another one? Yes, I think I actually may do, yes. I was going to bring on Ben Beachley for Paul Phillips just due to the lack of fitness in some of the players. I think I've said before, we are obviously a semi-professional side. We don't have the ability to keep our players fit as well as some of these clubs do because they don't train full time. And as I say that they hit the post. It was a nice move, and it's the second time they've hit the woodwork. And I would say that we've not been lucky, but I'd say we've been somewhat fortunate not to concede. It's been a great performance from the players. That being said, and we win 2-0 away at Swindon Town. The players perform magnificently, and I will now, just before we finish this episode off, it's been a pretty long one. I will now bring you the FA Cup third round draw, as it could be a very, very big tie. We're going to get to that. We're going to get to that in 1 second. Okay, guys, here we are. We're at the FA Cup third round draw. As you can see, 66 teams going to the hat, with teams as varied as Chelsea, Arsenal, Phoenix Sports, and Ebbsfleet. So we're going to go into the draw now. I'm going to keep drawing the next team until hopefully I see who it is we're playing. Now, I would absolutely love to see a very, very big team, an Arsenal, a Man United, a Chelsea, a Liverpool, a Spurs, a Stoke, any one of those, the big teams in the Premier League. I would love to see those teams, even away from home. That would be a fantastic outcome. And we're going to get into it now to see who we face. Tottenham will be fantastic. I'd love that. It's not obviously you get that draw, the plum draw. Really, I would say if I was able to, I'd be absolutely delighted with that. But that's not us, unfortunately. We're gonna get through some of these games. Let's just see who we are. Who we have. Arsenal, Stoke. That's two humongous teams taken out at once, unfortunately. And we will face Carlisle or Bradford City at home. So either a League Two team or a League One team at home. Again, as is the case of last year, it's not perfect. It's not what I would have liked. They are not. they're not huge teams, no disrespect to either side, but I would have loved to sort of faced off against a Premier League team. Not because I feel like we could have beaten the Premier League team, but just because of the finances involved. We will still make a good, very, very good amount of money. As you can see from that game, we will have, well, we'll have made the amount of money of around 2,000 fans from that game because we take half the gate receipts. And by the time we're at the next game, which I don't think has been actually been scheduled yet, so I'm going to continue once, and we will see when that game is scheduled. I believe it'll be early January. I think that'll be when we come back. It may actually be because it's not been included in the fixture list because it hasn't been fully decided who we will place due to the fact that I'm guessing the second round went to replay between Carlisle and Bradford. Once that has been decided, I will bring that to you. Let's see who we will be facing. Okay, guys, not something I anticipated happening, but the board have come to me requesting a meeting to discuss extending my contract. So I'm happy to attend the meeting, and I am happy to extend my contract. I don't think it's going to be a case of whatever they say is going to be rejected or anything like that. Obviously, this is a long-term aim of the save, and we will endeavour to stay here as long as possible. Now, as you can see here, the FA Cup third round draw has been done now, and Bradford won that second round replay 3-1 against Swindon. No, against Swindon, against Carlisle. They're a League One team. They're performing well in League One, so they will be a very, very difficult team to face. So I think that will be the game that we come back to. In a second successive year, we have reached a third round FA Cup, and I could not be more pleased. I hoped, I hoped that that this league would be more competitive, but it's not turned out to be as such. It has been closer. You know, obviously we've lost a game, we've drawn a few, but in general we have been very, very dominant for a lot of the games, and I have tried to be very selective about the league games I actually bring you, but it's not been the case. In fact, Met Police are the team that are right next to us. If that game stays where it is, and that's been an issue I've had so far, is that so many of the games have been moved about due to cup games. If that game stays, probably bring you those two games as a double live com, as they are. There's probably the two most interesting games so far this season. So that'll bring us to the end of this episode, guys. If you have enjoyed this episode, please leave a like. If you want to see more, please subscribe to the channel and follow me on Twitter at DLCDave1 for any updates on the save, any previews I bring, any questions I might ask. I'll bring you that first. And until then, I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.